Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our 2024 Virtual National Work Zone Management Conference. This conference is a partnership between FHWA, TTI, and ARTBA. And it's interesting, this partnership actually has been going strong since 1997, so that's 27 years. I'll bet a bunch of you on this call right now are actually younger than this conference. So that's kind of fun, and we're just glad to have all of you here. So we're very excited to go ahead and begin today's series of events. I do have a few housekeeping items for you to make sure that we are ready to go and everything moves smoothly. So you may have noticed when you received your link, the hub of sorts that has all the links for all of our events, that they are actually individual links. So what will happen is this session will end at a certain time, and then you'll just hop back to that page that you found the link to this one and go to the next one, speed safety cameras in work zone. So just let you know that. We'll remind you at the end of this session and at the end of all sessions. So that's your first thing. Second, you'll notice that there's a Q&A box. If you have any questions, you're having any technical problems, anything like that, the only way you can talk to us or communicate us is through that box. So please send us questions if there are any technical ones, and of course, when the sessions are actually going on. So when the sessions are going on, type in your questions. The moderator for the sessions will take a look at the questions and filter them down to what's the most appropriate ones to ask in the time we have, or the most popular ones to ask in the time we have. And so the moderator will take care of asking those questions, but please type them in. We love to hear them. Our presenters love to hear them, and we're very much looking forward to receiving them. So thank you. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's my deep pleasure to be able to welcome my coworker, Brad Sant. Brad Sant's our Senior Vice President of Safety and Education here at the American Road and Transportation Builders Association. He oversees safety advocacy and training, including the National Work Zone Safety Information Clearinghouse, which we all know and love, and various federal safety contracts. Previously, Brad worked for the International Association of Firefighters and the National Association of Building Unions, AFL-CIO. He served with the National Resource Center for OSHA training and is the chairman of the Board of Safety Equipment Institute, which is a division of ASTM International. He graduated from Utah State University, earned his law degree from Georgetown University Law Center in Washington, D.C., and very importantly, he is a certified safety professional. So without further ado, I'm going to hop off and let's give a big virtual welcome to Brad Sant.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you all of us for joining. I think I have been here just 1 year less than the partnership with the Clearinghouse, and so it's so exciting to be here and to see all of our friends. The Clearinghouse is one of the world's largest repositories of work zone safety information, and so I hope you view this as your resource and you engage with us. If there's things that you'd like to see here that you're not, let us know. And we'll continue to do that. So today we'll open up with presentations from two of our key partners. We'll begin with Jeff Nelson, and Jeff was elected in September of 2024, just barely, as National Chair of the American Road and Transportation Builders Association. He has been with the Palm Harbor, Florida-based David Nelson Construction Company, or DNCC, since the early 1970s. Jeff joined the company full-time in 1990 as a project engineer after graduating from the University of Florida School of Construction Management. He has been actively engaged with the construction-related groups for decades, serving in leadership posts with the Associated Builders and Contractors, Suncoast Utility Contractors Association, and the Florida Transportation Builders Association, where he was elected in 2007 as chair. In 2000, Jeff was on the joint Florida Department of Transportation FTDA committee that planned and executed the state's first construction career days and served on both the specifications committee and the structures committee, which works directly with the Florida DOT in developing new and clarifying existing policy and specifications. So we'll hear from Jeff. Following Jeff, we'll hear from Martha Kapitanoff, and Martha is a partner and has been a partner with us. She manages the contract with the Work Zone Clearinghouse with Florida, or with the Federal Highway Administration. Sorry, Jeff, I'm including Martha in Florida. Martha is currently a transportation specialist on the Federal Highway Administration's headquarters Work Zone Management team. Ms. Kapitanoff has worked for FHWA for over 25 years, and in her current capacity, she provides leadership and guidance to the development and implementation of effective work zone management practices and innovations at the national level. Martha is the FHWA lead for the Work Zone Speed Safety Camera Initiative, which we'll hear about in our next session, and the National Work Zone Awareness Week, access and egress points in Work Zones Initiative, and manages a number of work zone safety grants. She holds a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from the University of Puerto Rico. So first Jeff and then Martha.
All right, thank you, Brad. I appreciate the introduction, and good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here with you. I think we can all agree that the safety and sound management of roadway construction zones and the people who work in them and travel through them are critically important to everyone who participates in this meeting here. I personally operate a family business, and those people who work for us are literally that. They're my family. Many of my foremen and supervisors have been coming to our company picnics since they were in diapers because their parents worked for Nelson Construction. One of my greatest concerns every day is that our people are safe, they're healthy, and they able to go home and see their family at night. Safety has also been a key cornerstone of ARPA's mission and advocacy agenda since its founding. ARPA and FHWA held their first joint national conference on highway work zone safety over 40 years ago. We've hosted many more since that time, including international versions at industry trade shows and in more recent years in virtual settings like this one. The networking opportunities, content sessions, sharing of best practices, and product demonstrations have been critical to the success of all these events. This year's conference, hosted by the National Work Zone Safety Information Clearinghouse, was organized by ARPA in partnership with FHWA and the Texas A&M Transportation Institute, which manages the day-to-day activities of the clearinghouse. For those of you who don't know, ARPA, FHWA, and TTI formed a successful public-private academic partnership in launching the clearinghouse 27 years ago. Today, the facility is one of the world's premier organizations offering a vast library of work zone management and safety resources, all at no cost to its users. The clearing zone is bolstered by a new website that you can access at an easy to remember address, workzonesafety.org, workzonesafety.org. The timing of this conference could not be better, and the actions we take because of this gathering can help improve roadway work zones across the country. We are well into the implementation of the Landmark Infrastructure Investment Act and Jobs Act. The law's resources are now flowing to transportation improvements throughout the nation. Through the first 3 years of IIJA, states have received nearly $180 billion in formula funds to support a variety of highway and bridge projects. On average, annual IIJA formula funding levels represent a $16 billion increase over funding levels in fiscal year 2021. Each state gets to choose how it spends its formula funds based on its own priorities. Through the end of August, states had put IIJA money towards nearly 83,000 new project commitments. That's a lot of work for us out there. The result of this new federal infrastructure commitment is leading to improved mobility and safety and more efficient movement of goods, which benefits the economy and all the American people. In the process, however, more investment means a significant increase in the number of roadway and bridge construction zones, and that, in turn, means greater risk exposure for workers and motorists. Over the next 3 days, the industry's top transportation safety experts will discuss best practices designed to make project sites safer and more efficient, so you're in the right spot. There is one additional key aspect of the infrastructure law that merits discussion and your attention, and that's the provisions designed to protect people who are most at risk when using our roads. These vulnerable road users, or VRUs as they're called, include the disabled, pedestrians, cyclists, and those in communities with inadequate infrastructure. Work is now underway to create programs and construct safety enhancements to better protect this group. But for those of us attending this conference, it's important to understand and advocate on behalf of another group of VRUs who must also be protected. That's the roadway construction workers. As many as 200 of these fathers, mothers, children, sisters, brothers are killed every year just by going to work and doing their job. The people who make the promise of the infrastructure law a reality are not discretionary system users. They are required by their jobs to work feet, if not inches, from traffic that can be moving at 65 miles an hour or faster. It is the collective responsibility of both public sector, private sector, and public agencies at all levels of government to advance the provisions of the infrastructure law that protect all VRUs. We were very pleased the law specifically cited construction workers as VRUs. We must continue to advocate on their behalf. However, because a great deal of public outreach and implementation efforts to date have not been focused on them, they are the forgotten users, and that's not acceptable. Let's take the opportunity we've been given with the infrastructure law to not only make significant improvements to our transportation infrastructure, but to also improve the safety and lives of our most important resources, our industry's workers, many of whom are participating in this conference. Again, we are grateful to each of you for participating in this conference. You are making a difference in the mobility, safety, and well-being of all transportation users. Brad, I'm going to turn it back over to you and let's begin this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Martha? Would you please turn on your camera? There you are. All right, take it away.
Perfect, thank you. Hi, everyone. Like Brad said, my name is Martha Capitano with Federal Highway Work Zone Management Team, and I'm honored to be here today partnering with RTVA TTI to promote work zone safety. During the next 3 afternoons, we will have great presenters that will be sharing their work zone management projects and initiatives, as well as Federal Highways projects and great initiatives as well. We hope that you can join all sessions, but if not, they will be recorded and shared later on the Clearinghouse website. For Federal Highway Work Zone Safety, it's still our Northern Star, and we hope that with this conference and your help, we can continue to improve work zone safety, not only for the driving public, but also for our workers. We want everybody to go home safe. So we encourage your participation throughout this conference, and back to you, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Well, okay, so folks, I want to pass along in case I think a few of you are having some audio issues right now. That appears to be a GoToWebinar issue. We are working quite actively on it. So thank you for that. Most of you are probably not having any trouble at all, but we've noticed a couple of you having a couple of issues. So please know Justin is working very hard on that. While I'm here, I want to give a shout out to Justin. He's on our ARTBA staff. Justin has done a lot of work to get this thing up and running and keep it running smoothly. So give him another virtual round of applause. Well, we are 15 minutes out from the first session. So at 1 o'clock, speed safety cameras in work zones will begin. This session will terminate shortly, and you'll want to go back to that link where you found this one, and you'll click on that just at or before 1 o'clock to be able to come and join us for a very exciting presentation. We're very much looking forward to sharing with you. So we will stick around here a few minutes, but we will see you at 1 o'clock, and thank you.